It's the Playhouse Podcast with Kat and JJ.
Can't believe it. I missed everything.
Missed the show?
What am I going to do?
Check out the Daily Podcast.
Hey, fun show to get the week started Monday, including these amazing stories of peoples whose lives had been changed in 2024, like a major upgrade. If you missed those on the live show, they're coming up in a couple seconds here on the podcast. Let's go. I would bet we've all got a weird uncle, maybe that aunt that hasn't quite realized that you grew up yet. Like, it's the perfect Ralphie scenario where his aunt gets him the pink jammies, the pink bunny jammies.
Yeah.
They clearly don't understand that you're not that age anymore. But what, if you kick back into your memory bank, Kat, what is the single weirdest Christmas present you've ever received?
So I told you this story before, but it's funny that you brought this up because yesterday I found myself with a couple of my girlfriends at Victoria's Secret because one of them has 2 teen girls. And so she was picking out underwear for them for their holiday gift. Hopefully they're not listening to this and then they'll know. But I was sitting there.
Good one.
I said, now, as I was saying it, I'm like, uh-oh. But I was like, you guys wouldn't even believe the underwear that my mom used to get me for Christmas. When I was 13, if you remember back to like the 1992 swimsuit model shoots and stuff, the high-waisted or
High-hipped.
It went right under, the rib cage. And she would get me thongs, and they would be all silky and bunched up in the front, like a man thong. And I'm like, why are you And I'd open it in front of my little brother, my little sister, my older brother, my dad, and it would just be in my stocking. I'm like, so inappropriate, not needed.
I got from one of my aunts. We would do like a small gift exchange at my grandmother's, and I had gotten some hockey pucks.
Yeah.
And I'd never once skated or played hockey, and I was 13. And like my cousin was getting like Guess jeans or Air Jordans, and I got 2 hockey pucks.
Oh my God.
Never had played hockey.
Read the room.
Ever once. And I was like, you have clearly no idea. So my question this morning to you is, do you remember the one gift you got that clearly showed that nobody knew who you were? Like the odd Christmas gift. And Brian, tell us about it here, brother.
I have a bunch of friends. I always get cool gifts from them. My brother-in-law, on the other hand, family, not a great gift giver, kind of just guesses on gifts, takes big swings.
What a waste of money.
A big waste of money. Really likes to show off too. That's the
okay.
thing. But not like get me an iPad, get me new headphones. Instead, he got me a used Chevy 350 big block. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, he got you a motor for a vehicle.
Yes, not a vehicle, a motor for a vehicle.
Why would he get you something like that? What would give him the impression that you could use a used Chevy 350 big block?
I don't know. I'm not even into cars.
I don't know. Listen, every family has that member that doesn't put any thought into gift giving. So you're not alone.
And what'd you do with that, by the way? Do you turn around and sell that, or is it just sitting in a crate in your garage? Like, what do you do with that kind of a gift?
I'm a D&D dungeon master, so I have it in the middle of the table, and we play on top of it now.
Okay, so you got some plexiglass, you put it over the top of a motor, and that's, this just keeps getting weirder.
It worked out.
This morning, kind of going back into your memory banks and thinking about the most odd Christmas present you received. Talked to Brian a couple of seconds ago. His brother-in-law, who doesn't know him very well, bought him a used Chevy 350 big block.
God, it's no effort just to send out a text to somebody that you are buying for or who knows someone really well that you're buying for and not waste your money. Like, how exciting to have a gift in front of you and it's not what you want.
But it's nice to surprise somebody and be like, oh, I was thinking about you. Happy holidays. You'll never use this ever again.
You're thinking about me when you saw this engine?
New York, how you feeling this morning, brother?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Just picked up a couple of cannolis to have with my breakfast coffee and stuff.
Where do you get a good cannoli at this time? Where do you go?
There's a lady, and she made these eggnog cannolis, so I bought half a dozen of them. You guys want a couple? I can drop them off.
No, that's okay. Thank you, though.
Okay, man, let's talk about the weird Christmas gift you got.
Yeah, my father-in-law, this was when I was married, and he had remarried, and money was tight for everybody, so we did like that Secret Santa kind of thing, and my ex-mother-in-law wound up buying me 40 caliber bullets.
Did you have a gun that called for those size bullets, or a gun period?
Yeah, of course. I had several.
Of course.
Oh.
She would. Of course. Yeah. But yeah, she was like, "What do I get him? I don't even like him." You know, she's like, what would I get him? And Tom, my father-in-law, ex-father-in-law, was like, "Bullets. You can never go wrong with bullets. Make sure they're hollow."
Is this a New York thing?
No, it's an Italian thing.
Oh, okay, got it.
All right. Well, you're definitely you're not doing anything to crush the preconception of somebody who's got this kind of heritage. You know that, right?
Yeah, forget about it. That's all I say to that.
So, how many bullets does a guy like you get for Christmas to make you happy?
Like I said, it wasn't something I was expecting, you know, so it was like, you know, you kind of test the gift out. You're like, oh, this is heavy. You shake it. What could this be?
Yeah.
And when I opened it up, I was like, this is better than a Hallmark card with $40 in it, you know? I was like, nice. It just varies, you know?
Nothing
So
says...
it wasn't a bad gift.
Yeah, just in case.
Like, you actually liked it. It wasn't a bad gift. You enjoyed it.
It would have been bad if those would have went toward her demise.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
that
All
would have
right.
been.
All right. How long do you actually keep Christmas cards? Now, I know it's becoming less and less likely that you'll get a ton of them, but Trish and I seem to get more and more from people that we had either went to college with or maybe were high school friends and you've moved away from, and they like to update you on what's going on with their family. But my wife is pretty notorious for keeping these things for years and years and years and years and years.
Maybe I'll start this year. Maybe I won't. So I just have one. My friend Kylie just gave me one the other day, and I love looking at them. I think they're super cute. The pictures were adorable. A little update on the kids, but then I've never, ever kept holiday cards. I don't know why. My friend Julie hand makes all of hers, so then I'd feel really crappy throwing that out, but
it's a labor of love.
Yeah.
I want to say good morning to Victoria. Thanks for the message. She said, depends on who they're from. I always keep them from older family and friends just in case it's the last one I'm going to get.
Oh, okay. So I am not totally heartless. I do have a big box that I put my grandmother's letters in because I don't ever want to forget her handwriting because she's still old
Is it really
school.
old school cursive?
Yes. And it's all squiggly now. And she just thinks of every single holiday. Like Liam will get a Halloween card in the mail. You know, she's very thoughtful like that. So I save all those.
Angela, how long are we keeping these Christmas cards?
You know, I throw them away. They take up so much space. And, you know, we already got too much clutter here. But my husband, he tells me I'm rude for throwing them away. So he just digs them out of the trash can. And I wake up and they're right there on the counter as if I want to see them. They should just send a text or email.
So, let me get this right. You get the Christmas card, you look at it, you're like, all right, great, thanks for sending me a Christmas card. You throw it in the garbage, and then the next morning you wake up and they're on your center island.
Yes.
So you are just like me, and your husband is like my husband. It's lost on me. Don't send them to me because it's just going to be a waste.
Unless it's like one of those 10-year ones. Like, you know, when you get a Christmas card from like your old college roommate and it's like 20 years later and they got a family and you want to catch up.
Yeah, but what's the
real
reason
quick?
why you save it? I read it, I look at it, I go, oh, and then it goes in my garbage.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what is you know what, though? The ones with the pictures, I understand. But these don't even have a picture, and it's just, you know, happy holiday. And, you know, it baffles me because I'm like, why do you think they're in the trash? Did you think I do it on, I did it on accident? Like, they're in there for a
So
reason.
you got a problem with the people that are sending them and your husband now. Like, you're full of problems.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
It was great. The boys took first place in their tournament, so that was really fun to watch. My mom was out of control.
Can't wait to hear this.
All right, so should we just do it now?
If you want.
So I am a quiet fan. You know, I love to just watch and analyze and give Liam feedback if he asks for it. But then when my mom comes, it's just like a heightened anxiety that I get because she sounds like this.
Make some shots! Shoot it!
Oh my God, Mom. That was crazy.
That's nothing. I mean,
Nothing.
She's just wild. Liam's like, she's just like, she throws me off a little bit. And I said, she's a fan, and she drives for many miles to come here and watch you.
Absolute nothing compared to hockey
that
parents.
Makes me feel better. Like, I'll just chill then she's got her nachos and just, I almost said the SH word, stuff like pouring out of her mouth, and she's like, shut it!
This is
crazy.
This is the most calm hockey parent.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's,
even at a high school level.
I am so glad I didn't enter that world.
Youth hockey's fun. And my big thing is, anytime my kid would get a penalty, I would yell, like, kick him out! He's a goon! You know what I mean? Like, I'm just playing around. Like,
is your wife worse than my mom?
No, she doesn't say anything.
That's me.
My wife
I like
will
to
just lay
sit
back,
there.
and she's good about this. But part of it is, like, I don't know what the deal is. Sometimes I equate it into, like, if you were a competitive athlete at a high level, some of that comes out of you again. But, like, this is, I'm trying to explain to you, this is the most calm hockey parent.
And then, fine. Then that makes me feel better.
But
that
the other part
worse.
is, usually you're in a big hockey arena versus a smaller basketball court where everything's enclosed and you're a little bit closer to the players and stuff like that.
Again, did you hear the gargle in the second shoot it? It was just...
Hit some shots!
This is the nacho cheese in her throat?
Yep.
Shoot it!
Yep.
And a scene right now. We used to play this with a whole bunch of people in the building, and then Kat got wine drunk one night and texted all of us, you guys suck at that game. I'm going to do it all myself.
It was the red wine. My teeth were all stained. My tongue was all stained. I'm like, it's my game now.
And since then, we didn't want to fight her anymore, so we said, all right. The wheel stopped on holiday movie today. So basically, we ripped off the card that was on there. It's got a script from a holiday movie in it. Kat's going to do all the characters in this movie. And if you can be the first to call at 320-251-1047 and tell us what movie this is, you become a winner. You ready?
Ready.
Have you seen this movie?
Too many times.
Okay.
I love it so much. It definitely should be on your holiday queue.
Okay, and action.
Pardon? The wind. It's what makes it so warm this time of year. Legend has it, when the Santa Ana blows, anything can happen. Good day to arrive then. Oh, you just got here. First time in L.A. And scene.
Now,
I had to work in accents. Can you appreciate that? For just a moment?
I would have never got this one.
It's a good one.
Well,
I bet your wife would know it.
Time frame-ish?
Oh, man. Early 2000s. I would think. Early 2000s. Huge names.
Like star-studded cast?
Superstars.
Like we should
A-list.
know this?
Yes.
All right, let's start here. Hey, good morning. Do you know what movie that is?
Yes, The Holiday.
The Holiday.
That is The Holiday.
Absolutely right.
Oh,
well
my God.
done. Congratulations. That was awesome.
Isn't that every woman's, like, deep down fantasy that you're in a cottage in the middle of England and it's a snowstorm and some hot guy shows up and asks to use your bathroom? And, oh, my God, it's...
So that's the premise of this movie? Just a random English dude shows up and asks to use the potty, and they end up living happily ever
There's
after?
so much more to it. It would be lost on him. So.
Okay. What's your name?
Megan.
Megan, hey, congratulations. What's going on this morning?
Just headed to work.
Excellent. What do you do?
I am a training coordinator.
So, like, what are you going to do today? You just have to teach people how to do stuff.
Pretty much.
Do you get the people that you just know instantly they're losers and they won't get it?
No, I try to be positive and believe everybody's got a chance.
Well, no room for that around here.
Get
Megan,
out of here.
hang on a sec. Yo, this is your last chance to shoot us a text and win $15,000 with 104.7 KCLD and Stanley Steamer. If you haven't done it yet, do it right now. Text the word BIG, B-I-G, to 320-251-1047. And this could be the best Christmas ever. Do that as we wrap up the podcast.
Bingo! How fun!
Last week, someone lost an eye at bingo.
Bingo! Bingo what bingo?
Bingo! Bingo!
All right, it's time for listener bingo, and here's the deal. We'll take the very first caller that can get through, but you got to fit one of the first two scenarios. We want to know your story. Maybe you're somebody listening
who had something terrible happen to your luggage that could ruin your trip. This Florida man was going on a golf trip. So you need your golf clubs. Evidently, somebody at Delta Airlines caused them to catch on fire.
I realized when it came around again, oh, my God, these are my clubs. The freight guy said they dragged it. Of course, they wore through the protective covering. Then they started to spark. then it caught everything on fire. We have to make it right. And in that case, that means writing a check for the value of the clubs.
Which
what did he
was
say, $4,000?
$4,000. And at first, Delta's like, sorry, you know the risk that you run by allowing us to take your luggage, but that's not right. We maybe a ding or something on a suitcase.
Even then, that's ridiculous. You're telling me you can't take one of my prized possessions and my stuff and just be good about it?
I know. They ended up giving him his $4,000 back.
Yeah, but he had to get on social media and complain about it. Like they were going to deny his claim. So basically, you're looking for anyone listening who
had a luggage issue during your trip and it just ruined your trip. It was not fun.
I'm going to look for anyone listening who is going to look back on 2024 and go, this was the greatest year because my life got transformed. Maybe you started your family. Maybe you got clean. Maybe you moved to a new place, got a new job, got a bunch of new friends, and everything is just better. But you look at this year, and it is significantly upped your game as far as your life value. So, Luke, which one do you fit here, bud?
My life got transformed.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited to hear this. So, how did 2024 transform your life?
So we're having a second kid, which is a boy, and we
Congrats.
got our house, and I changed jobs, and yeah.
House, another kid, and what was the third thing?
Change jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Change jobs. Okay.
Right on.
Those are huge.
And now everything looks like you're upping in life, right? Like you're taking a step up. Yeah. And did you say you already had your second child, or he's on the way?
Oh, he's on the way.
Okay. What time of the year are you looking at here?
That's the due date's March 11th.
Okay, so you got
a
little time to plan right now. Have you? Now you're gonna have a boy. Have you already picked out names?
Yeah, we're between Rowan or Jake.
You are in such big trouble right now. You are not supposed to tell anybody.
Why?
Men can't keep their mouths shut. If your woman is listening right now, she's so mad at you. She's like,
no, she's not listening. She can't get to this radio station.
Yeah, she's not privileged enough. You have to be so cool to be able to listen, and I get that. If you want to keep her at an arm's distance like that. So, what do you think is going to be the biggest change between one kid and two kids?
The time.
Yeah.
Really.
well, you'll each have one. That's the best part. And then when you go to 3, you're screwed. So just be done.
Yeah, 3 is, dude, don't, trust me. Look at how, I mean, you can hear how it shambles my life.
You might as well
right
just
now.
have 20. Don't stop at 3. Just have 20
Hey,
children.
tell me about the job switch real quick. Was it a significant upgrade for you, like salary-wise, happy-wise, career-wise?
Salary-wise, yeah. Career-wise, I can grow a lot more doing this versus what I was doing.
Wow.
Good
The only
moves
downfall is
all around.
more, so
I'm sorry, what was your downfall?
I'm gone a lot more, just longer days.
Yeah.
Longer weeks.
You'll find a way to make that efficient, though. You know what I mean? Especially when you got another kiddo at home. You'll take a little time, and you'll find a way to dial that in. So, great. I'd love to hear about people kind of making an upgrade in their life. So thanks for sharing with us, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah, have a great day. Go with Rowan, too. I really like that name.
That is a cute name.
Part 2 of Listener Bingo this morning, so we had a little extra time, and Amanda had called, and you have significantly upgraded your life in 2024, huh? Tell us how.
Well, so I have struggled with addiction for the last 18 years of my life, and finding out I was pregnant last year, I had decided to get clean. And so I am 16 months sober now.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I went to inpatient treatment for 7 months. I just completed outpatient. So I did 15 months of treatment, but when I came out of inpatient, I moved to a different town. I got my own apartment. I've got my license back, a car. I've got all sorts of good things going for me right now, and I couldn't be any happier.
I love that.
What
They
great
do
momentum.
say that, like, that's the key to get out of the environment that you were in, and you really took that seriously. You're like, I'm not going to put in all this work at treatment just to come out and be greeted with the same temptations. And I'm so glad you saw that.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I would say my daughter literally saved my life. I struggled with meth and fentanyl addiction and had literally almost lost my life early last year.
You're one of the
And
lucky
so,
ones you got out alive.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, she's literally my world. She's a happy, healthy baby, and I wouldn't change anything.
What else is in the forecast then, right? Like, so you made all these changes, and I'm assuming, especially the way you're looking at the world and life, like you've got everything ahead of you. What are you most excited about for next year?
Well, now that I'm done with treatment, I'll be looking for a job, and I'm hoping to start the training to be a peer recovery specialist in February.
Okay.
So definitely want to give back to others and help others. And then I guess I don't know aside from that right now. Just focusing on being a hands-on mom and just taking care of my family. So,
hey, go ahead, Ken.
The people that I would trust the most to help me deal with what you dealt with are the people that dealt with it, and I think you have the best background out of maybe even somebody that went to college for it, so.
Yeah, I mean, living through it is obviously a big deal.
Absolutely.
Hey, let me ask you a quick question before we let you go. Now, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but do you get significant pushback when you're looking for jobs when people know that you've been through treatment, or do they look at it like somebody who has overcome something really, really difficult, so we want them on our team because they're driven? And, do you know what kind of kickback you've been getting?
I'm not sure yet, and that's just because I haven't really started looking yet.
Okay.
I literally just finished my treatment program a week ago.
Okay.
But I know from in the past when I was trying to get clean, I walked into interviews just 100% honest with them, because like I've obviously got a background, and I'm not ashamed to tell my story. If it's going to be a little bit more challenging, maybe like if I was just looking for a regular job, okay, how do I say this? To become a peer recovery specialist, you have to be an addict in recovery.
Oh.
So, but if I were looking for just a regular job, maybe one that I've had before that I can't have now, that's a little more challenging, But if I were to just walk into like McDonald's or something, they're a little more understanding. But I'm going to say, hey, I've struggled with this and I've got some things on my background. If they don't want me on their team because they don't trust what I'm doing now, then I don't want to work for them anyways.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a good fit.
Someone else will welcome you and be lucky. So great job. I cannot wait to see what 2025 brings to you.
Yeah, it takes a lot to come on the radio and kind of go through what you've went through, but I appreciate it. There's some people that I guarantee are listening right now that were in your spot or are in what you were, as far as mental capacity goes, and says, hey, she did it. This is going to be urging for them to be able to get clean and get their life back together. So, hey, thanks for sharing with us.
So have any of your kids ever made you feel like their life isn't as cool as one of their friends? Like when they went over there, you wouldn't believe what they have.
Yeah, it's going on right now. My son has a couple of friends that went to Hawaii for like an early Christmas thing. And he's like, why don't we go to Hawaii for Christmas? And I'm like, well, mostly because you're a spoiled brat and you're an athlete right now, so we can't break away.
I feel like all you have to say is the word hockey. It's so expensive.
It's not that it's expensive. It's just really time consuming. I mean, today he's got 2 practices and we've got either a game or a practice every day. So I'm like, if you want to break away from that, but you had said that this is your priority. So that's our kids have done that over the years. Oh, everybody's going on vacation. I'm like, well, we can't right now.
So yesterday I went and met some gals downtown here for coffee and a visit. And then we brought the party to the mall and did some shopping for our family. So that was just really nice. But Liam had basketball in the morning with his trainer. And then Derek was going to bring him to his friend Bill's. He got invited to his friend Bill's, whose real name is Carson. He changed his name to Bill, by the way.
Kid named Bill is hilarious.
And he looks more like a Bill than a Carson, I'm going to be honest with you. And he said, hey, can I please go to... I said, why don't you have him over for the Vikings game? And he's like, we just have nothing here.
Oh, I've had that before.
I was like, oh... Okay. He goes, I don't mean to be rude, but we just have nothing to do at our and he reiterated.
Yeah.
And then he gets home and he lays on my chest like my big baby. And he's like, oh, Bill's mom is like the best cook. I go, what'd you have? And he like just this huge spread. And he goes, she made everything from scratch. Like she made her own pizza dough, Mom. And she made pizza for us.
Nothing wrong with your kid knowing where he sits. Right. You're not going to roll out pizza dough for him and Bill. He should know that, and that's fine.
It will come out of the box like normal pizza and go into the oven like normal pizza.
Some people just love their kids more than other people, and they make homemade pizza dough for them. I'm not that person.
It's crazy. He'll come home from his friend Logan's house, and Kylie makes spaghetti bake, which I have not heard the end of for 2 years now. I've tried my hand at spaghetti bake. Can't hang. And I'm like, I'm sorry that you have such a crap life, kid. And then I try to make him feel really bad. I go up to my room and I slam my door. No,
who said it? I think Thomas Jefferson said comparison is the thief of joy. I think it's close to that quote or whatever. But kids don't get it because they just see what's great.
I know.
Like when you get older, like that becomes very, very dangerous.
But he wouldn't stop. He was like, she had every single condiment out for these brats she made, and they were cheddar jalapeno brats. I'm like, can't you read my face? I'm just sitting there. I'm like, awesome.
I got to the point where I didn't get mad about that anymore. I just said, okay, we'll see you later. You know what I mean? Go over there more often then. I don't care.
It's such a personal attack.
Yeah. Well,
it was. He knows what he's doing. He's 12. He knows. He knows how to put it in.
If you
put
think
the
it's
dagger
bad
in
now,
and turn.
The next 4 years are going to be brutal on you. I asked the question, when was the last time your kid ruined your day? Was there something that immediately popped into your mind?
No, okay. So okay. This is what was happening. I had my friend Brent's truck one weekend, and we were driving it down to get something at my mom's that I needed a truck for. And I had Liam in the passenger seat, and he was playing on his iPad that he has from school. And he was taking pictures out the window. And he took this picture of me, and it was so awful. The angle was horrible. My skin looked horrible. And I just looked at him, and I was like, I didn't cry or anything, but he felt so bad for me. But that ruined my day. He doesn't do anything that would ruin my day. I remember doing something to my mom, when she said, don't look at the back of my van. There's something back there for you. Do not do that. And then I went back and I looked, and I ruined her day. She left. She was crying. It was horrible. Horrible memory.
It was inadvertent on Friday night, but my son absolutely ruined my day. Having a great day. When you get at home and you're settled in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's like, I got a flat tire, and we drive 30 minutes there, and then got to drive it somewhere after I get it pumped up, and then drive back, and then switch cars with him, and then switch all his hockey gear over and grab his laptop. And it just ruined my vibe. So my question is, when was the last time, or can you remember at least one specific time that your kid just straight up ruined your day? And they might have not even tried it, but it just straight up ruined your day. Brian, what happened, man?
So my daughter was just born, and we had just brought her home, and I'd taken a shower because I was in the hospital for 2 days.
Oh.
So I had just taken a shower, and I go to change her butt. She pees all over me.
Yeah, has this ever happened?
Not to me, but Derek we got right in the face. And I said, well, now you learn.
My oldest, who's now 22, the very first day that I went back to work after he was born,
yeah,
I get dressed for work. I'm all clean, ready to go. My wife goes, hey, can you change real quick before you leave?
Oh,
you
no.
bet. Peed all over me. Everything. It was like a fountain drink. Maggie, they ruined your day. How?
Okay, so my teenage son, who's 14, is standing in the doorway of the bathroom, and he's watching me put on mascara, and he says, why do you do that? And I said, well, I have blonde eyelashes, and I look really tired if I don't have it on. And he leans back, and he goes, you still look tired. I don't know why you bother.
Oh, wow.
See, that sounds intentional. That sounds like somebody needs their phone.
Sounds honest.
Taken away for a week.
I got time for one more real quick. Steph, the time your kid ruined your day.
He threw some poo at me. He took his diaper off and threw his poo at me.
There it is. That's the most primal act you can have.
Listen, I let my guard down when she said diaper. So it's if they're doing it past the diaper stage, then we got a problem. But
when was the last time your kiddo really ruined your day? Maybe inadvertent, maybe on purpose. I want your story.